Okay. Yep, I can see it. What's the attack speed on that weapon? Oh, okay, right, that makes sense. I was gonna say, like, you're swinging so quick. Yeah. Oh man, that just fucking demolishes. I see what you mean about defensive, though. Yeah. Oh, it should be so much smoother for you now, the leveling. What, the dogs? Wow, I never knew they had a fear. Oh, what the? You just. Oh my. Dude, I could never do that to a mob. What you just did to that kobold. Yeah. Yeah. You're at that bracket again that's just pretty barren in terms of quests. Like, I think it's about 33 that things start picking up again. Yeah, it sounds fun based on revival. Yeah, see, look, even the fucking player next to you is like, what even? Yeah, if you can do an older man run, a full run, there is a ridiculously good two-handed mace you can get. That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard enough getting a group that can even kill the boss because it's so. Yeah. He is. He's 47. Yeah. And then before you actually even engage him, you've got like the. Haven't you got the gauntlet thing? Uh, like you channel something, and then there's like. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Did you pick up parry from the talent tree? Okay. Yeah. I'm just thinking because like it will probably help you a lot in strangle form due to the attack speed of the mobs. Like the cats, tigers and panthers have such a high attack speed that you're probably going to parry quite a few things. Yeah. Man, Enhance would have been so good if you could have dual wielded back then. Oh yeah, for sure. How did you afford the weapon that you've got? That's cheaper than I'd have expected. Wow. Mm. Yeah, I thought it would have been more given like web. Yeah, just like leveling weapons in general that are blue should sell for stupid amounts of money. Yeah. What's the mount cost again? Oh, yeah. God, is it really that high? I thought it was way lower. Jesus. Right. Yeah. I remember after the first week when the honor calculations went through on Nost PvP when it released. We had a warrior in the guild that instantly got to like rank 4 or 5. Since the announcement of Classic, I've been thinking I'd like want to start on a PvP server, but the more I think about it, the less I want to do it anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. I think it depends on your class. Some classes just have it pretty terribly with PvP. Yeah, like for me as a holy pally, I couldn't afford to keep respecking direct just so I could do a bit of PvP. It wasn't practical. So just getting ganked in the open world and not being able to do anything about it was pretty rage-inducing. I think we'd be okay at the launch just because we know what we're doing and we can kind of get ahead of the pack a bit. And if we actually keep as a group, then we shouldn't have any problem really. Yep. As we've kind of decided hard, like in between shaman or warrior. I'd like to do. Oh, let's see this. Okay, that's disgusting. Wait, I've just if I remember this right, can't Wind Fury proc off of itself? Oh, okay. Do you think you could have? Really? 33 mage? Hmm. Oh, true. Yeah. You you should be able, when you do go to Stranglethorn, you should be able to shit on any paladin, by the way. No, it's griefers. Yeah. Fucking opposite of my experience. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, like, the minute, if someone walks past you and they don't attack you, it's probably because they're on their own. The minute there's, like, people near them who can help them, they grow balls. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, same. Like, it didn't make much sense as a paladin. Yeah. Oh god, the worst ones. I'm sure you've had this at least once or twice. You're grinding away, like you said. There's like someone from the opposite faction near you. You're happily grinding away, and then you get to low health and you're fighting something, and they finish you. Yep. Oh yeah. But it does its job. Like, it's so rage-inducing when that happens. So what's the next questing area for you? Hmm. Yeah. I'm just having a look at a Horde leveling guide by Joanna. Yeah. Uh, oh, he doesn't actually recommend Duskwallow until 38. Um, he is recommending. Well, it's quite varied for your level bracket. Like level 30 has by far the most travel I've seen it across this guide. Um, Hillsbrad, Arathi Highlands, and Stranglethorn. Yep. And then he recommends at 31 to 32 you do Shimmering Flats, and then immediately after you go do Desolus. That should, if you do everything, get you to about 34, at which point you can properly start doing Stranglethorn. Oh, I'd forgotten that you had to carry those fucking totems. Oh my god. Oh, it's only going to get worse as well, because once you get to Stranglethorn, you have to keep like 2 bags of those pages. Weird. I wouldn't if I were you. Oh, dude, your balls you for trying that. Holy shit. Hmm. I don't remember that now. Yep. The other bug I've seen on a lot of servers is warrior charge. The pathfinding is dreadful. Mm. I think you've noticed this before, but a lot of servers have issues balancing like melee damage dealers. Yeah, it just seems yeah, it just seems like they do way more damage than they should be in gear that quite frankly is abysmal. Yeah, it was pointless. Yeah, I remember warriors becoming viable with gear, but not to the extent that they are. Um, oh God, no, no, no. Like at the earliest, I remember a warrior doing well in a raid. Like in my raids back then was probably the end of a Black Room Lair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that was the problem back then. Gearing a single person with that much gear to just become okay was not really heard of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They didn't need nearly the investment that a warrior did. Yeah, Rogue scaled so well with good weapons as well, due to slice and dice. Like I would love to see a geared rogue slice and dice up with Wind Fury totem. Yeah, yeah. They just be fucking blasting off. I've actually been thinking as well, like earlier when everyone was on the Discord, we were talking about like hunters, like how bad they were. I think, I mean, they had big problems with them. They weren't really finished. But I think part of the problem is that they didn't have many weapon options. No, no. The other problem with Striker's Mark from memory was that it had hit and crit, like, it was a rogue's wet dream. Just gonna check now. Oh, it's actually 2.5, wow. Let's have a look. Yeah, Blaster Shot's quite good. 2.6, 1% crit. Yeah, pretty much across all of them. That looks to be best. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Rock Delar was 44 DPS, and Huhuran's was 46.3. Like, yeah, the Stinger is basically one-for-one equivalent with a Grand Marshal weapon. A bow, at least, anyway. Let's see the others. Oh, okay. There is a really, really good gun from Oro. Yep. Larvae of the Great One. 49 DPS, 1% crit, 18 attack power. See, this is actually ridiculous. Like, I'm looking at all three weapon types: bow, gun, crossbow, and the only thing better than that gun is the fucking crossbow off of Kel'Thuzad. They had nothing. Do you think they'll tweak the specs? Same. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. 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 I agree. I completely agree. Like, if I was on a PvP server and they made Beastmaster good, it would be an open world nightmare. Having a hunter that you can't even see off screen sending a pet your way that just literally like slaps you to the ground. Yeah. I don't think they'd actually have to do much to make that a possibility. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, because of how Wind Fury works, they scale ridiculously well with two-handed weapons. Yeah. It's it's the only problem with raiding in vanilla is that there isn't a viable raiding spec that uses a two-handed weapon. Uh, a two-handed like mace, sword, axe, whatever. Yeah, exactly. That's all it was used for. PvP and like open world. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know? I think that's part, like on a minor level, why rogues and warriors became so good later in the like vanilla raiding, is because they didn't rely on their mana to do damage. They could constantly keep going without fearing resource. Because once you got to those extremely long fights, like mages and um, warlocks were just completely constrained. Gee, fucking hell, his gear's good. Yeah. Oh man, he like PvPing on his account must be a fucking blast. I hope he has a different trinket. Looking at his gear, he's probably got Drake Tooth Talisman. Highly likely. Like, a lot of the stuff he's wearing, aside from the obvious really good wings and shit like that, half of his like male gear is probably just gonna rot unless he took it. So, like, it was like that for my Pally. Loads and loads of gear was just gonna sit there rotting. So I took it for like a ret up spec. Yeah. Do you remember me telling you I was in a like a Nax guild on like a server that cleared Nax every week for fucking years? Well, we had quite a few people, paladins mostly, who were hoarding DKP for months for the chance at getting a Ashbringer. Yeah. Expensive. I don't think it would really be that good, honestly. Just because of the lack of like spell damage on anything. What happened today in the raid, by the way? Yeah, yeah. Oh dear. Jesus. I mean, I don't know. To be fair, it is like the easiest mechanic in that phase. Now that they've like slowed it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the last phase is the easiest phase, isn't it? Yeah. What quest chains have you done there so far? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That farm is actually super fucking whippy. Just because of the density.
I haven't got all day.
Mm. When you get nearer to 40, you should probably. I don't know if it'd be worth it or not, but you might want to do like a Herod run. Our warriors. Yeah. From memory, Herod's not the highest level, is it? It's Cathedral that's the highest. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck, dude, fucking cathedral. Once you actually get into that cathedral, it's so difficult. What elites are they? The turtles? Ooh. I thought... Yeah. I don't think you can do that alone. Yeah. Oh, he should be fine with the rogue. How long does your weapon enchant last? Oh, okay. Nice. That's a pretty good reward for a chess piece. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what made me think of the Heraton, because like, yeah, it was kind of the problem back then. Like when people were leveling, like when they designed that content, they really weren't uh, quite there with the optimization, like stat optimization of items. It was only, yeah, Yeah. Yeah. It's only around AQ that they actually started to figure it out of how to do items, and then Nax they really nailed it. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
What now?
Yeah, I'll always remember there was a quest in is it Hellfire Peninsula? Is that what the zone's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it gave you a pair of legs with like 40 strength, 30 stamina, 30 agility. Like at level 60. Yeah. Yeah. And then like the first quest green weapon that you got was equivalent to like an AQ weapon.
It was better. Like you could literally be kitted out in like full max tier 8 piece, and you get like greens, like, oh, this is massive upgrade. Like it was really like that. The first items you got were so superior that even like breaking 8 piece tier 3 set bonus was worth it. It was like triple stats, at least. Because like you said, like if you look at one of the mazes that was linked earlier from fucking Nax, and it has what 11 stam, 8 int on it, and that is like one of the best, if not the best healing weapon in vanilla. Like that is ridiculously low. Like holy shit.
I mean,
Yeah, that's all. But congrats, fam.
oh man, do you remember when leveling in TBC the blue weapon that you got from the arena quest line? Oh,
Also the XP was like over half a level. Yeah, I think a lot of people used that until level 70, didn't you, the weapon? But yeah, I have no idea how those warriors and vanilla do that much damage. Like nowhere. Yeah. Yeah. Way more. Like I found a guy who was over like 3,000 on some ones with ads. But like I wrote on Ebonrock, which is a tank and spank, no ads, nothing mob. One guy was doing over 2,200 DPS. That's like sun level DPS for max class. Yeah, like the absolute top classes like warlocks and rogue, getting like bloodlust that could maybe pull 2,200k DPS at the end of TBC. Yeah. Yeah, there's some things different at least. It might be the servers as well. I don't know
I
if
mean,
they fucked up some scaling or some stuff.
me and Martin were saying like half an hour ago that it seemed a lot of private servers for vanilla seem to have really weird scaling for like rogues
Yeah.
and warriors.
But also because like you saw the video and that guy was like critting constantly for 2k with a
Yeah.
one-hand weapon. Like, okay, like what the fuck? That's like enough to one-shot a mage with a one-handed weapon.
Oh, wait, which video was this?
Someone linked some Blackwing Lair clear. They did in 32 minutes as well, the entire instance.
That was my video.
Yeah. Like no way he crit for 2 fucking k on real servers.
I will be fair to the guy. The guy in the video is a Grand Marshal.
That doesn't matter. It's the question of the fact that you couldn't back then.
Yeah.
Like no one critted 2000 with a fucking one-hander. Like what?
Actually, yeah, thinking about it, you're right. Like, I watched a video the other day of a warrior, I mean, basically bisgeared from back in vanilla, and it was actually a video from proper vanilla, doing 1,200 DPS.
It's George on the Farian trash.
No, it was
Oh,
patchwork,
okay.
but
Yeah, I was looking at that as well. Also found like hunters, yeah, and a rogue that was doing what looked correct because there was a rogue who was decently ranked and he was doing like 500 to 600k 600 DPS. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I was looking at that as well, and that's like correct. I think I don't know if it's just warriors that's fucked up, but it seems there's something. Because if you look at the logs, you can see it's just warriors. Like everything is just warriors everywhere.
Yeah.
And they seem to be the only class that can pull these ridiculous fucking out of nowhere numbers that no one pulled in Manila. Maybe. Yeah. But if you look at that video, the dark shelling, how fast the bosses die as well. Like, yeah, it's like you couldn't even do that at 70 most likely. Like, holy shit. Also, like, I'll keep going back to that George video, but I think like that is a guy who's literally AoEing a shit ton of mobs. He has Thunder Fury, which most of these warriors don't even have, which had that ridiculous debuff that did like 80% of the damage, and he did a little over 1k. And then you have these guys without Thunder Fury pulling over double that DPS on a single target mob. Yeah, there's something wrong at least. Nope. Yeah. Yeah.
so if I've done the math for this right, original patchwork in vanilla needed 9,166 raid DPS to meet the enrage. Like the warriors on these private servers are, I mean, 10 of them could probably do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Win through is probably the most fucking volatile thing ever. Also because it's all or nothing. It's not like it does between 100 or 300 damage. No, it either does absolutely nothing or it does like 5,000 damage. Like, there's not that like middle ground. I've always liked the fact that, like, obviously it would never happen, but theoretically, if you have sword specialization, you have a chance of one-shotting anything in the game. Because it can proc off itself, can't it? So, like, even though the statistical chance is, like, impossible, you could theoretically run up to a raid boss and just one bang it straight up.
How much damage does your lightning shield do?
It's so expensive for how much damage it does. So did Pooh start playing vanilla and give up already? Yeah, exactly.
Not before he triggered us beyond. Oh my god. He gave us this whole spiel about how he had the maths and people had done the numbers and oh.
No. Pooh not listening.
It's what he said after that made me crack up. You just have to trust me this once on this thing.
Why don't you, man? He's never let you down before. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Magic?
Did the funny like
Black magic?
exactly the minute we started like providing him evidence and like logs and screenshots of damage meters, he instantly went into this spiel about it all depended on the Shadow Priest. They were the key. They were the ones that unlocked the super
they
damage.
just... Yeah, I guess rogues were probably the best DPS for most of vanilla. Yeah. 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 Also, everything immune to ignite XD. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Apparently, like, actually, at some point, if you had good enough fire gear, you could actually do more damage than a frost mage, even though you got your shit resisted in molten core, because they did that much more damage that it was that it was worth it. Yeah. But on other bosses, even though a lot of your shit got resisted, it still was so much more damage than it was outweighed the stuff that got resisted. Because yeah, because I remember Toyans like fooled around with that a bit. Yeah. I mean, that has to be like the biggest piss take as well from Blizzard's like, oh yeah, their best spec, let's make it unusable in the first raid. Like, holy shit, is that just like a douchey fucking move? Also, the whole like, no, it's just because people are better at raiding now. I think this cracks me up because like there is no skill involved. Like there is nothing. Can you click these two buttons? Like we never had more skills than vanilla, and we never used less. Like literally. Yeah. You still have to get that game. Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, none of the specs were like, ooh, this is so hard. Exactly. Yeah.
That was close, Martin.
You streaming? Nice. I had the best earlier. Like I pulled too many mobs, but they were like around a fence thingy, so I just did the whole like dot them up, and then you just jump over the fence when they get close, they run all the way around. It felt so funny. It was like the best thing ever.
American woman stabs man who groped her during morning. Lovely.
It's bad fam. XD.
Are you just like massively overgearing the area, or are those casters weak?
Martin's just a god. Among mortals. You're more than alright, Martin. You're the best. What level are you now? Wow. Friendship.
Changed your drink quite fast.
Yeah. I don't think it was. Like just the cost and how many seconds it takes to get that back is not like. I never put down timings while leveling. I don't think it was right. Yeah, might be. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I mean, ignoring Mark of the Wild, that's like a quarter of your strength.
That's what she said. It's because they're retards. Makes no sense. Literally don't see any fucking advantage to that. Like you literally just do less damage. You take less damage, but you kill stuff slower, so... Yeah, exactly. So it just ends up being the same, but you just spend longer doing it. Yep. Yeah, like it's retarded on the one hand, that does nothing. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, boys. And goes with Astro Recall. Fucking leveling MVP.
What now?
The dream combo.
What hesitations? Farewell. Discipline. Victory for Sylvanus.
And you are.
Yep. It does, but it's cheaper than the mount because Shrek sold it. Yeah, it's the cheapest civic mount you can get. Unless you're insulted with your main city. But I mean, who the fuck is? I had that. For the money. from highway? What was he called? Shit. Nah, he was high something. High tower, that's it. Cause he was loaded as fuck. He was like one of our warriors. He was loaded because like the first 3 months after he hit 60, he just spent like day in and day out farming Terminator to his hand. So he had like so much gold. Because that was only thing he did for some reason. And he lent me the gold. Then I paid him back by doing runs and getting righteous orbs and selling them for 100 gold each. Yeah, it's a super easy way to make money. Yeah. Yeah, you got like one every second run or something most of the time. Like I think like 2 or 3 job more a lot of the time. Yeah. Yeah, they sold for like 100 to 120 gold, I think.
I remember we wiped in the beginning of Scholarmance, and I was the first to get the pack, and I looted a mob, and it dropped the pattern for an holy weapon.
Nice.
The group were pissed off with me and kicked me, but
Don't care, rolling in money, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. I went back to Ironforge and found like 500 gold.
Just buy a new group. Fuck you guys. Like literally.
Can I help you?
You could pay people and still make money. Yeah.
And you are...
Yep.
Farewell. Watch your back.
What? Do you have enchanting? Oh, for the money, okay. Nice, Lawrence.
Hmm?
I just saw the picture.
Oh,
I mean, what's wrong with a fucking orc wearing a recolored paladin tier 1 helm? It's fine. Yeah.
yeah.
You could get all tier 1s that you can get in a slightly different color.
Be quick about your business.